Good day, good day, good day, good day, everyone. I'm waiting for my people to get in. I see the English Williams. It's with me right now. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Potluck. I'm so excited about the communications that we're about to have. It's a topic that I think is fun. I kind of feel like we've been heavy here lately, dealing with serious topics, and that is okay. However, today's topic is one that I would say is one that can kind of be fun. And I think that we all can learn from it, even though it's something simple, it's nothing major. Um, but I definitely believe that we can all benefit from the communication that will take place today. So I'm definitely excited about that. Of course, you guys know that it is our tradition that once we get 14 people in the room, then that's when we begin with the topic. Right now, I see English Williams again. I see Irish Jordan Pickett that has chimed in. So all the rest of the people, go ahead and come on in. Come on in. I don't want to start the topic until we get our 14. However, of course, this past Sunday, which was Easter, and I decided to do a Easter speech parody, pretty much based on my experience of growing up in the South in a Baptist church as it relates to Easter speeches. And with that being said, I did take the opportunity. To kind of just delve into that and tap into characters, people. And I created a little short film or a parody for that. And I will say this. I mean, it received probably close to 800 views thus far on the different platforms that it was on. And a lot of people have told me to help them laugh. It was fun, so on and so forth. And that is my purpose as a producer, as a director, as a writer, as an actor. So for that, I definitely do appreciate your support as it relates to that. It's definitely appreciated. So don't forget that. Also, keep sharing the video. Easter is over. However, he still got up. How many people know? How many people know that he still got up? We're not waiting until April, or sometimes Easter comes in March. We're not waiting to that. So go ahead and share that video, and I'm definitely pleased with the people, responses as far as how it made them laugh. I don't have an assistant, so as you see me reaching, I'm changing different camera views. If you notice, we have a couple of different camera views, so you can kind of see more of my self-made studio. Alrighty, so let's see. I cannot count. How many people does it say we have in here? All right. That's close enough. That's close enough, because after this, people, we will leave here and we will go over to YouTube. Hopefully you'll stay with me. I'll close out all of this and then we'll go over to YouTube. Give me like maybe 5 minutes and I will go live from there. One of my purposes of going live over there, actually YouTube is a large platform, and actually you can monetize that platform. And then secondly, I need to get my subscribers up so I can get more opportunities using the YouTube channel, because today I thought I was going to be able to go live and you guys see the both same feed, but I guess they're sticking to their rule from a mobile device, and I cannot go on until I get at least 100 subscribers. So that, or is it 1,000? But that is my goal. But again, I definitely thank and appreciate each of you for all that you have done. Summer said, yes, he got up with all power in his hands. Thank you, Jesus. Amen. That's right. Thank you so much, Miss Terry Ann. I definitely appreciate it. Angela Reese, thank you so much for joining in. How are you doing, Patricia Monk? Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm trying to make this experience better and as real as possible until one day I can have me a real potluck talk show. And not saying that this is not real, but actually in a real studio or with thousands of followers, just talking about general subjects. Joyce Butler, thank you so much for tuning in. Alrighty, so today's appetizer, or we're going to be talking about overall, is texting. Texting. Of course, it's something that I do daily. Like, I fell asleep today and I woke up and I probably had 68 text messages. I don't know how many phone calls. But it's a simple way of communicating. It's convenient, so on and so forth. So, in light of the appetizer that I always serve up, it states here that effective communication requires a sender and a receiver. Again, a sender and a receiver. And one thing that I've learned over time, you cannot control the reaction of the receiver. You can be the sender if you're the sender, receiver if you're receiver, and how you respond is totally different. And you also have to remember that your intent and your impact are two different things. And again, you cannot control the receiver's response or their feelings. You could be meaning, for an example, I can mean to be giving you a compliment and saying, "Ooh, I really like your hair." But if a person doesn't feel good about their hair or feel bad because they haven't been able to go to the barbershop, they'll think you're trying to cast some shade or trying to be funny. So they're gonna respond in a manner and might say, "Your mama," or "Oh, you trying to be funny, bro?" Again, my intentions were good. However, my impact was different. So be mindful of that. Intention and impact are two totally different things as it relates to communication. Alrighty, moving on to our Booker Kebab. Oh, let me put my logo up here. All right, there it goes. All right, see y'all, we're showing out. We're advancing over here at the Pot Luck. Alrighty, so as it relates to the Booker Kebab, it states here that when you begin typing paragraphs via text, call me. That is the Booker Kebab. Whenever you're communicating with me and you begin typing paragraphs and they're this long, call me. Especially if I'm in an environment where I can talk. If I'm not, then that's something definitely different. What's up, Justin Jacobs, Angela Reese? She stated here that this is so dang true. Just had this issue. So again, once you start typing paragraphs, go back old school and just simply pick up the phone and call that person. And I think I have a witness. If I have some witnesses, give me some hearts. Give me some thumbs ups. If you agree with me, when you're communicating via text with someone, and it gets to a point where you're typing long paragraphs, go ahead and go ahead and call that person. Give me some thumbs ups. Give me some likes if you agree with that. Alrighty, Christina Williams said, "Okay, but what if I'm in an environment where I can't talk?" And that's true. Communicate that. And I would say, if I'm at work or something like that, then just, then texting is cool. And I definitely agree with that. Alrighty, so our first topic, communication via text message. And I will say this, again, with any type of text communication, be it email, be it via text message or whatever, it can be ambiguous, meaning depending on the mindset of that person or depending on the receiver, the mindset that they're in or the tone or what happened before you guys had additional communication, depending on what happened before that, it can determine on how that person will receive or the meaning and or the tone. Just like, what was that? And I am telling you, I'm not going. See, the beginning of that verse says, and I am telling you. So, and means that something happened prior to. So, why is she going off on him? Well, we don't know what he did prior or to, or what the communication was prior to. So, that does make a difference. So, again, that's something that we cannot control. But, it's a lot of ambiguity with texting, and it really depends on the receiver, their mindset, and what type of communication has happened before you guys. Angela Reese stated that Steve Harvey said grown folks call each other, and I do agree. English Williams stated that you can use Siri to text the message, and that is true. And also, one thing with that being said, English, thank you for sharing that. With us having Southern accents, sometimes Siri don't always get things right. I mean, I've said some things and she'll say another. Or my Alexa, I'll say something and she says something different. So, but it is definitely very convenient. The type or the talk to text. Alrighty, who else? We have Cedric Hinton said, "What's up, my fellow drum major? WACC." That is Warren Booker, April Smith. Cedric Hinton and Sherrod Jones, Pine Bluff High School drum majors. Latoya Mitchell Brooks, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much, said, "I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best." Alrighty, so with text communication, of course, we know that it is convenient. It can also save a lot of time because, when you call somebody on the phone, you have to say, "Hey, how you doing? How the kids doing? How your grandma doing?" Well, I was calling you. It's like you have to lay down all this stuff before you can actually start or tell the person what you want. Text messages are pretty much direct, short, and straight to the point. So I definitely can appreciate that. Some people don't like talking to people. So that is a way that they can express themselves and avoid talking to someone. Also, it's just a new way of texting. If you realize a lot of our young people cannot, they're not good at communicating. It's like they could be sitting right beside someone, yet and still they're sending text messages. And I know sometimes you send text messages in rooms because you're talking about somebody or you don't want the people around you to know what you're talking about. I do. Hey, meet me outside. I know all of that goes on. But with our younger kids, it's just like they're most comfortable that way. But of course, with communication, your language makes a difference. Your posture and your facial expressions, all of that is a part of effective communication, and that is something that just is a little bit challenging for our youth and some adults. I'm telling you, as a 38-year-old man, I mean, I have some relationships with people where we never talk on the phone. We text. It's strictly text, and part of that is because we're both, or in those situations, we're busy people. We're always doing something, so that's the easiest way. But it's different for everyone. Victoria Keith, Yvonda Lewis, Michael Washington, thank you for tuning in. Shelby Ingram, thanks for tuning in. We go all the way back to Packentown. Thank you for tuning in. Christina Williams, Latricia Cobbs, thank you so much. Christina Williams stated, you have to put it on this British setting for it to correctly pick up their southern accent. And actually my Siri is a guy, and it's a male. So, I doubt if he'll be able to do that. That's a bad British accent. But people are like, why do you have a man, and why does it have a British accent? And I just reply back, I doubt you know. Of course, I know the accent is horrible. Latoya Brooks stated, I don't like talking to people. So she's most comfortable in that instance using text communication to communicate with someone. Question, what is the audience's preferred method or mode of communication with people? Because it's very hard to talk with people. I do agree. And sometimes it takes a lot of energy and it can be time consuming. Angela Reese stated that if you are using 500 plus characters, call me. Okay. So she has pretty much the same standard. If your word count is up there, hey, just pick up your phone and call me. You don't have to ask about my mama, my daddy, my future kids, and hey, tell me what you want. Just like Jesus is on the main line, you tell him what you want. I can't help you like Jesus, but just tell me what you want. How you doing? Michelle Tweet Malone, thank you for tuning in. Corey Shaw, long time no here. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Pot Luck. Hopefully we got some good stuff for y'all to eat today. And for some reason, saying that, it made me think about it. I am writing a jingle, so be expecting that real soon, a jingle to go along with the potluck that we'll add to the opener. Alrighty, so we've talked about it's a new way of communication. You can do the text to talk. It depends on the mindset of the receiver, so on and so forth. And another thing with texting, I think sometimes the message can be lost in the text because it's all about perception. And just think about a movie. We all can watch the same movie. We can all hear the same song. We can all see the same person and have different perceptions. Like, man, she bad. No, she average. I've seen, man, that was the best movie I've ever seen. People like, well, no, it wasn't all right. Did you see the boom mic? And the acting was horrible. So, of course, we all have different perceptions. So the same thing can apply to the text, and you don't know necessarily how the person will receive it. Also, one thing that was brought out, it depends on the environment. If I am at work, or if I'm in an environment where I can't talk, or if I'm on set or something like that, well, text communication would be best. Or like my mom simply does not text. She doesn't. She has a flip phone, a zebra flip phone. I don't even know if it has text capabilities, but, she doesn't. My dad tries, but he types can, send, you, send, so it's a long time trying to decipher against that. Also, with texting, it's fairly new because I remember having a cell phone and it was a flip and or a flat. You have to hit the keys several times to get the letter that you want. And now, we can slide across and we can talk to text and we can. I'm pretty good at it. I can go pretty fast. So that is definitely some new communication. Katie Washington, thank you so much for tuning in. Katie actually makes me want to get married because she is an excellent wife. Shout out to Katie Washington, the wife of Michael Washington, all the way in Dallas, Texas. What's up, Randall Walker? Thank you so much for tuning in. All right, so moving on to group texting. Now, y'all, I'm about to get on a soapbox about this. Of course, group texting is very convenient. Very convenient. I can reach out to like 20 people at one time that all get the same message. However, when it requires a reply and all 20 start replying back and ding your phone is just constantly going off. However, that's a lot faster, or to me, in my opinion, a lot better than having to call each individual person, having to text each individual person, because that takes a lot of time. Also, if you're dealing with people, even with texting, they ask a lot of stupid questions or crazy questions, then that way you can kind of not have to answer vocally. Angela Reese stated that plus, when a person texts you, you can't feel their emotion. That's good, Angela. You can't feel the emotion. You can't hear the emotion. It depends on however you want to perceive in your head as a receiver on how you will receive that. Or the passion in their voice. Because you could say, like, what are you doing? You can hear that versus, but if I'm in a mindset and we got into it, or I'm just having a bad day, you send a text message and say, what are you doing? I'm like, in my head, it say, what you doing? Like, why are you doing that mess? So you have to be mindful of that. So you cannot feel the emotion or hear a person's voice or their tone to know about the perception. That's very good, Angela. Thank you for adding that. Cedric Hinton also stated, but at the same time, they shouldn't get mad when you're unable to respond back in a timely manner, when you're unable to talk. And that's true. That's true. He also says, can't stand it. I believe that you should ask for permission first, before adding people to a group. And that's true. That's true. You bring up a very valid point, because sometimes people don't want to be included in a text message group, and or they have a job, or they're just not really available for people to go back and forth. They're not available for the banter. Cedric, I have the same rule for FaceTime. I feel like a person needs to text me and say, hey, is it okay if I FaceTime you? Or, hey, I'm about to FaceTime you in a minute. Are you good? Because you got to ask me, do you have on any clothes? Where are you? Are you on the toilet? Just where are you? Because I do know some people think they slick when I'm going to call you out. They call you via FaceTime so they can check your environment. They can see if you say where you say you are. If you say you're in Walmart when they call you, they should hear. We need a CSM on aisle 4. Or self-checkout needs, but they'll never have money. They're always asking whether you have cash or card. So that is definitely important. All right, so also, if you're in a group text message or whatever, you can use it as evidence. In person, I can't say, well, Cedric never asked me that, and if it's in a group text message, I have 19 other people that can verify that I did. I feel as if people should not send text messages, especially group where there's going to be a whole bunch of communication going on, because it's when people are at work, because a person's phone is constantly going off. There have been times one time I looked down at my phone, they said I had 98 text messages. Now, what if I am in there with my boss? I don't want to turn my phone off, and I should not have to, because, if my mom calls me during work hours, I know that something is wrong or something serious. So why should I have to turn my phone off for that reason, besides it's my phone? So just be mindful of that with group text messages. Also, late at night, how am I going to explain to my boo at 3 o'clock in the morning and my phone is constantly going off that it ain't nothing going on? I would wonder, who is that? So that can cause some trial problems in relationships and in marriages as well. I got off at 3 o'clock, so I saw all y'all messages from the day, so I just go down light, laugh at light, hard. Come on. And besides, now now I'm woke, because you have ding. So just be mindful of that. Realize in group text messages, it's not just going to that person, it's going to all the other people at the same time. So just be mindful of that with group text messaging. And of course, I'm going to say this. I want to make sure that you hear me. As it relates to group text messages, when it gets to a point that the communication is between two people, two. When it gets between two people, guess what? You need to get out of that group text message and text that person directly. When it turns into a conversation between two people and you're causing 18 other people's phones to go off at the same time because y'all are having a conversation, I personally think that's disrespectful. And that violates text etiquette. Okay? So be mindful of that. I've been guilty of that. Also, I've noticed people, and my best friend Summer does that all the time. She'll send out a group text message, maybe talking about a party or an event or something like that, and she will say, "Please reply back individually with your response." And it may be like, "Hey, are you gonna be able to attend RSVP?" Well, she don't want all the other people that she invited phones going off with their response. So, but people don't read. They still go right there in the group text message and continuously text all of those people. You don't want all those people in your business anyway. Treat this like a conversation. You don't walk around letting everybody know what you're talking about. What happens in this house stays in this house. What we talk about stays here. So think about that. Those people like to send mass messages or just communicate in a group text message all the time to everyone. That doesn't apply to everyone. Be mindful of that. So yeah, because it can cause some issues or concerns, and some people that have that issue, I would suggest that you just turn off the group messages or so you won't be bothered by that. All right, so moving on to emojis, and something that's kind of new are me emojis and gifs or gifs. I've heard it pronounced bothly. What are some of the common gifts that are used? Taiwan Dickerson, my barber, thank you for tuning in. Miss Ruthie Mack, thank you so much for tuning in. Now, there are some common gifts or gifs that people use. Like all the time, I'll get like the thumbs up. And one thing I think that is cool about them, I know with iPhone, you can actually change the color tone. Because it's funny to me when I see someone that is a darker complexion and then they have a white hand. I just find that funny. Or you got the and those are ways of nonverbal communication. Brenda Brown, how you doing, First Lady? Thanks for tuning in. That's a way of communicating to people without saying anything. So that's another way of nonverbal communication. To me, that is funny. So laughing, I guess that means time out. And again, it means different things for people. I pop myself in the mouth with the microphone. What are some other ones? I'm trying to lean close so I can see this. Give me some emojis. Give me some emojis. We have rolling my eyes, big eyes, like, oh my God, like, ugh, clapping, crying, upside down, smiley face, with shades on. And again, I've seen sometimes with skeletons, and I don't know if that means I'm dead. I've been told that means I'm dead, like this is too much, like, I know the kids use it all the time, I'm dead, but I don't like that, and that's just my opinion, because I believe, and I'm going to get churchy, life and death lies in the power of the tongue, and I'm not going to speak death over my life, because I'm not dead, I am yet alive. But that's just my personal preference. What are some more emojis? So Christina is one, and I'm surprised that you didn't put in there. I talked about the big eyes, like look. We got SMA shaking my head. That's normally the person doing like this. Dance is like a little woman in a red dress. Praise are the little hands. People, I'm going to act dumb. And I told you I'm acting. What does the eggplant mean? I've gotten that text message sometimes. What does the eggplant mean? Y'all up here, tell me, what does the eggplant mean when people send that? Mike Washington shared, I think that is, I can't see y'all. Thinking, pondering, he ponders a lot. Tissue, a red face, man, I'm mad and I'm cussing. A purple emoji may mean that, I guess I'm sick. Oh, there it is right there. Christina stated that the skeleton, and listen, people, just in case you didn't know, it's like laughing so hard that you're dead. Yes, I need a haircut, Ty. I do. I can't wait for that. I'm in need of a blessing. I'm in need of a blessing in the name of Jesus. I am. But I'm doing the best I can with what I got right now. And I really think that the president is about to open up. He's about to open up America again, if you will, but I don't know, y'all. I'm still a little scared. I feel like it's too early, but that's just my opinion. All right, so back to the topic. Nobody still told me, y'all. I'm acting dumb. What does the eggplant mean? When people send that emoji, what does that mean? What does that mean? Come on now, people. Y'all are not that saved. What does that mean? I want to know. What does the eggplant mean when people send it? Also, Memojis is pretty much like a cartoon or caricature of that person, and I think that is unique. And one thing I've noticed with that, I think people see themselves differently, because like I've seen some people, they are dark complexion, and then their Memoji is like as yellow as Michael Jackson. I'm like, that's how you see yourself? But it goes to show people see themselves differently from how we see them. And of course, it's hard to capture all the beauty that you guys have. It's hard to capture that because, you're unique and wonderfully made. So I do realize that. I mean, we are not made. We were invented. Like, I'm a 1981 invention. I wasn't born, people. I was invented. And so were you. So memojis are funny. It adds some personalization to that. I also use that for my class, like when I'm sending out lessons. It kind of makes it personalized where I can hear the students can hear my voice. Alrighty, so let's see. Let me roll back. Christina said that means you got an appointment set up. College students, an appointment, having Bible study. Christina said, I said the meaning. Verdacia said the male part. Coffee Davis, thanks for joining in. Terry Ann just was blunt, said A, D, and there's a whole bunch of action. So you're telling me that the eggplant means a penis? Oh, wow. Whoa. So when someone sends that represents the male sex organ. Wow. All right. AJ Smith, go mob. Thank you so much for tuning in. And of course, people, I'm just acting dumb. I did mean that. And the gifts are funny. The gifts or the gifs that people send, I mean, they're all type of emotions. I see Shaquille O'Neal scrolling across all the time. The one of Michael Jordan crying all the time. Latunda Edwards, thanks for joining in. Those are some of the popular ones that come to mind, or the shouting ones that are people in church where they made a gif and or a gif out of that. To me, those are always funny. Now, I have an issue with that. When you just continue to send gif after gif, or gif after gif after gif after gif after gif, and it turns into a photo gallery. Just tell me what you really mean. I get it. It's funny, okay? Okay? And I've said that to some of my friends, like, what's up with this photo gallery, though? I get it. It's funny. So and if you like, people, post some of your gifs or gifs that you use. I think it's gif. I mean, I've heard it pronounced both, but it is spelled with the G. It's like a gift without the T. Alrighty, so last but not least, we're moving on down here. I'm trying to make sure that I'm not missing anything because I wrote this out, people, and I cannot write. I don't have any ink in my printer, people, and I'm going to turn into a church moment. So, people, if you'd like to make a donation, so I can buy some ink so I can print off my notes, people, please, this is the opportunity for you to sow a seed on good ground. And I'm joking, but yet I'm still kind of serious. And speaking of cash apps, I definitely do appreciate the people that donated last Sunday or this Sunday at the beginning of this week. It was definitely a blessing. I think about $80 was donated just for people saying thank you for making me laugh. So that's definitely appreciated. I definitely do appreciate that. And actually, what I did, the software that I'm using is entitled, or is called Switcher. And I actually was able to pay for 2 months of that because it's a monthly subscription. So I definitely do appreciate that. And I know I decided to do this. I didn't, no one asked me to do this. I'm doing this volunteer. So I'm not asking for people to fund the things that I'm doing. But if you feel led, you're more than welcome. Or, I have no problem with you donating, because I believe that pride comes before destruction. All right, let me leave that up there. Actually, a Cash App just came through. Thank you, Jesus. I was going to take it down. Yeah, but I'm going to let that stay up there. I see it's kind of covering my face, but that's all right because it's not all about me. All right, so our last topic for today is dealing with the Facebook status or Facebook status etiquette. Now, first of all, I want to tell everyone, Facebook is not the place for you to put all your business. Don't put your business out there and then get mad when people comment and have things to say about your business. Guess what, people? You invited them in there. You invited them to be a part of your business. So don't get mad when they speak on it. You know what? You just gave them that right. That's almost like me going on a talk show and then I get mad when people talk about my business. That doesn't make any sense. Also, so how can you get mad? You put it out there. Or that's almost like me going on a talk show, Jerry Springer, and I'm mad because people are talking about my business. They're talking about it because I put it out there. So I cannot get mad. I made that choice. I cannot get mad about that. Or, and we're going to talk about this next over on YouTube. There were people saying, well, everybody talking about the Clark sisters' business. You worry about your own business. Everybody don't got a movie made about their life. It was put out there. So they're okay with us talking about the things that were some may consider too private about their life. You put it out there so you can't get mad. You can't get mad. You put it out there. So the same thing applies to those people who put all their business. Yes, Justin, my handwriting is horrible. Just like, you put all your business out there, we have the right to talk on it. It's social media. Everybody has a page. You choose what you put on there, unless your account is hacked. Oh, so as it relates to just the statuses, so if you don't want folks in your business, don't put it out there. Simple as that. I will say this. One that drives me, and before I talk about what I want to talk about, let's talk about what Christina Williams said. She stated, and some people have so many problems, it's depressing for you. I blocked a few people because they have a problem every day. Lord Jesus, please, I can't do this. I can't take this. You inbox them. You give them all the solutions that they need, which is probably therapy. Talk to your mama. Talk to daddy. Talk to your kids. Talk to your husband. Stop putting out, and they keep doing it. You don't want help. You want attention. That's what you want. You're deprived of attention. Because by you putting on Facebook, first of all, everybody doesn't have your best interests at heart. Facebook is mainly used for entertainment. So guess what? That's what you're seeking. You can't be a celebrity overnight. Put in some work. It's time now for pity parties. Now, there are some people that do seriously have issues. There are some people that do put things out there like, please pray for me. They really do need help. They need to see the love. They need to see the hearts. Like, I'm seeing thumbs ups and heart. That makes me feel good. That's the amens. Like the preachers want the amens. I don't have to say amen lights because y'all are saying amen, which are emojis. And I understand what that communicates. So I'm not discounting the people that need it, but I have an issue with the people who put it out there and then they get mad because people are in their business or because people ask. Now, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I don't know etiquette. I don't do well with etiquette because I live my life just kind of free. And, I'm a little off. However, like, people will put posts like, Lord Jesus, I just can't take this no more. So to me, like, what does that mean? What's going on? Some people would say that it would be rude for me to say what's wrong. Now, maybe on the platform, I could inbox him directly. Because to me, that may sound, somebody say, I can't take this no more. You might be suicidal. So I'm going to check on that person. Do you guys agree? But some people say, you don't need to know, or just pray. Well, just pray. But I don't have to know what I'm praying for, but it works more and works better if I know what to specifically pray for. Also, another thing that happens is like people like, Lord Jesus, I can't believe this, my cousin gone. I want to know who. If somebody came up to you and they're like, oh, he died. What's going to be your response? Who? It is not rude, in my opinion, to ask somebody, you put it out there. You said cuz gone. You said, Lord, pray for my family. I can't believe she gone. We want to know who. You put it out there. If you don't want us to know who, don't put it out there. And use a group text and text those people that you only want to know that, you want them to pray for you. Because personally, I've been told and I've been taught and I believe I'm careful who pray for me anyway. Yeah, because some people prey on you instead of pray for you. So I'm careful with that. And I agree, Mike. Check on that person because it's a cry for help. People that don't know, if you don't know about suicide, typically some signs of suicide is a change in the person's behavior, a change in their dress. They're giving away things that are prized possessions like cars and memorabilia and things like that. They sometimes also talk about being gone or I just want this to be over. I can't deal with this no more. I'm done. Excuse me. So on and so forth. If somebody texts, this is the last straw. Yes, to me, I think you should check on the person. However, there are some people saying, you don't need to know. That's their business. No, it's not, because they put it out there, and that's a cry for help. And sometimes people, we miss the cries because, I don't know, we don't want to violate the unwritten etiquette of not asking people what's going on. But if you put it out there, in my opinion, you're putting it out there for help. because I just saw some this weekend. I'm like, dang, I want to ask who died or what happened, but like, is that rude? Or am I being nosy? But to me, if you are my Facebook friend, if we're friends, then we should be able to talk. And you put it out there for all of us, to see. So I want to know what's going on. And Michelle Porter Wood stated that you're right. You need to go see and check on that person, because again, I have had to get in some inboxes late in the midnight hour and talk some people down, talk some people through some things. Because if I put it out there and I have 4,000 Facebook friends and I'm just saying, Lord, I can't take this no more. I'm done. This is about to end. And nobody says nothing out of my 4,000 plus friends, that confirms that nobody else cares. So be mindful of that. Be very mindful of that. Bredacia Butler stated that it is an open public forum. It's out of public opinion. That's right. And you're not yeah. So again, in the instance where a person is crying for help, I do encourage you to, cry for help, and maybe not on the public page, but go to that person's inbox and try to reach out to them. You don't want to shame them anymore if they're shamed. But people, in my opinion, it's not bad etiquette. If a person say, Lord, she gone, she died, I want to know who. They put it out there to me. Evidently, they want you to know who it is. You put it out there. Again, go back to the talk show. I want you to know my business. If I go on Jerry Springer and I'm talking about how many abortions I've had or how many affairs I've had, I want you to know my business because I went on the show. Or I want fame. And some people do. Saddest to say, they need attention. However, there are some people, it really is a cry for help. So I'm not discounting that. I just have seen people get on, y'all just rude. Ain't none of y'all business. Why y'all asking? Yes, it is. Just like all the people that are inquiring about the Clark system, it's their business. It's out there. It's public knowledge. It's out there. They made a movie about it. We have questions. So just be mindful of that. So with text communication, it's a lot of ambiguity to it. It can be ambiguous. But it is effective. It's convenient, especially when you're in certain environments. I think it's another way with the emojis, memojis for us to express. Group text messages are convenient, but can be annoying so remember, when it turns into a conversation between just two people, get out the group. Or if the person asks you, please reply back directly to me. Do that, because it can be annoying to the other people that are in there. All right, so I'm winding down. I'm not saying any more comments in here, but every person that is in here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have to shut this completely down and log out of Facebook, and this video will save. After that, I'm going to go live on YouTube. So just type it. Actually, there's a link if you go back to the post that I made about this. You can click the link. It will take you to my Facebook page. What I want you to, not Facebook, but to my YouTube page. What I want you to do is then subscribe to my page so you'll be notified whenever I go live or post anything there. And we're going to talk about the Clark sisters. I kept throwing plugs in there today, those little teasers. We're going to talk about the Clark sisters biopic, the First Ladies of Gospel, that came out on Saturday. So that's a conversation that we're going to have. A lot of my friends who I didn't even know were spiritual or would even care about the Clark sisters, we've had some in-depth conversations about them. And I think that movie was very good, and it pointed out some very key things that people need to and want to talk about. And it pretty much shows that, since people are human, they have human problems, regardless of if you're famous or if you're religious, so on and so forth. So with that being said, I am going to log out. And as always, I appreciate you for tuning in to the Pot Luck Weekly, Thursdays at 7:14. People, this has been so much fun. I look forward to Thursdays at 7:14. To be truthful, I want to hop on every day, especially being stuck in the house. But I'm not going to bore you like that. So thank you so much for tuning in. Someone sent a Cash App. I don't know who it was. Thank you so much. And just in case there is someone else, the Lord has laid it on your heart, I will put my Cash App information back up there. I'm going to have to work on that because I don't like the fact that it's covering half of my face. So I am going to log out now. My brother-in-law just tuned in. Thank you so much. So I'm going to log out, and I ask that each of you, if not more, go over to YouTube and join in that conversation. And also with this video, please like, tag, and share it. I'll be sure to make it public because I feel like we're having conversations that people want to talk about or things that people don't talk about. So with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in to the Potluck. I look forward to seeing you, all of you, in just a few minutes over on YouTube. You'll be notified, or if you just refresh your page, you'll see when I've actually gone live. This is kind of like a tester, so it may not work just right. So let's go on over to YouTube. But again, thank you for tuning in to the Potluck. And of course, you never know what's going to show up at the table. I never know what dish you guys are going to bring as it relates to our topic. But I definitely appreciate and thank each of you for the love. Until next time, I will see you later.